That's a breath of fresh air right there. We're starting to feel a little stagnant around these parts. I think you'll agree. 6-0 Phillies shutout win in the closeout game against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Ricky Pitalico, I'm Michael Barkan. We welcome you to Phillies Postgame Live, presented by our friends at Cure Auto Insurance. Ben Davis coming up momentarily. Ricky Bo, when you look at this one, take your pick. Tyler Phillips pitched great. Castellanos gets RBIs and home runs. Bohm gets RBIs and has a great game today. Garrett Stubbs.
We're going to have enough Tyler Phillips to talk about pretty much the whole show because he was the show in this game. The one thing that you have to take from this is that early on in this ball game, it was a baseball game. It was a 2-0 game for the most part. And where did the runs come from? Bottom of the order. It was a big hit by Garrett Stubbs, a big double by Sosa, and a sacrifice fly. And the Phillies were kind of just chipping themselves away, chipping away. Now, here's where things got a little crazy for me. Because you go into the 6th inning, and that big error by O'Neal Cruz, that was gigantic. In a sense, in so many different levels for the Phillies. Because we talked about the offense being a little stagnant. You would have said the first 6 innings was about the same, right, as last night. All of a sudden, you give these guys some opportunities to get some RBIs. Trey Turner, RBI. Bryce Harper, RBI. Alec Bohm, RBI. Castellanos, home run. What am I trying to say here is that what is everything about? Everything's about gaining momentum, gaining some confidence. One stinking play in the 6th inning where it's an automatic double play ball, and O'Neal Cruz drops the baseball. All of a sudden, everything turned around. The floodgates opened for the Phillies.
Although they only needed that first run, really, when you think about it. True, too. All right, let's go to Ben Davis at PNC Park. Called today's game with Tom McCarthy. Benny, let's talk about, as Ricky suggested, talking a lot about Tyler Phillips from Lumberton, New Jersey. The Bishop Eustace kid pitched his heart out today once again. Went from 4-point blah blah to 2.87. That's pretty darn good. What do you think of his performance this afternoon?
Oh, he filled up the strike zone, Michael. That is first and foremost. He's able to do it, and he was able to do it with all his pitches. It just wasn't, I'm going to get ahead with a fastball. He mixed all his pitches in, and he did a phenomenal job. He and Garrett Stubbs had a great game plan. They stuck to the game plan because everything was really working well. And you like to see young guys be able to do that and have that faith in your catcher, have that faith in your stuff, have that faith in your defense. It was just a perfect culmination for him today to go out there and compete. I love his mound presence. I love the way he does go out and compete, and he trusts himself, and I think that was evident today.
Ben, what are your thoughts about the offense finally kind of getting to kick it in gear a little bit, or at least get some stats up on the board later on in the game because of that big error by O'Neal Cruz?
Well, they stayed within themselves. They took advantage of that very costly error by O'Neal Cruz, but the approach was there today. Able to just go out there, they stayed in more in the middle of the diamond, and obviously to go out there and pound out 11 hits. They timely hitting. I love the 2-out knocks by Garrett Stubbs early in the ball game, by Alec Bohm later in the ball game with 2 outs and runner scoring position. So it was really fun to watch, and also Nick Castellanos staying behind baseballs. The ball that he hit out to right center was phenomenal, and then he gets a ball down in the zone. That last at bat in the 9th and golfs it out to left field. That is Nick Castellanos in a nutshell, and that's that path that we're accustomed to seeing when he's driving the baseball. He's staying behind it, creating that backspin, and that's some good things to see out there today. Edmundo Sosa with a double. He's taking advantage of his opportunity. Weston Wilson. All these guys are taking advantage of the opportunity. Rob Thompson's playing these guys. These guys are getting results.
Ben, speaking of Nick Castellanos, last 16 games now, he's batting .317 with 3 home runs. He's got 11 runs batted in, and it's been feast or famine with him a little bit. He had a decent June, but it's been a struggle otherwise. Are we seeing him finally break out more consistently, do you think?
I think so. And again, it's a matter of him trusting himself and letting pitches get deep in the zone. We as hitters, we get into faults when we think we have to go get the baseball. Believe me, Michael, I did it for 16 years, and I didn't just trust myself that I could get to certain pitches. Sometimes you get to pitches and you're running to first base or running to second base after hitting double and thinking to yourself, how did I get to that? Because you trust yourself, you don't think a whole lot, you just go up and hit it where it's pitched. That's what Nick has been doing recently, and again, letting pitches get deeper in the strike zone and attacking accordingly. He's been fun to watch, and being able to stay behind the baseball has been huge.
Ben, how good was it to see the bullpen come through in this one? 3 innings, just a couple hits and no runs. I mean, the way they started the first 2 games after the break was not very promising. Today, a completely different story.
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of getting the rust off, shaking the rust off. 4 days off for these guys, that's an awful lot of time. You know, Ricky, when you and I play, we only had the 3 days off. So I think that extra day really does, it adds a little something to it. And I think they were just a little bit rusty. But I'm very, very inspired by what I saw about Jose Alvarado today. He was phenomenal. He had good late finish on his fastball, and the cutter, which I still think is a slider, had good bite to it. It was late. Guys weren't picking up rotation. So that's a good thing to see him get a couple strikeouts in that inning was huge. And, Ruiz threw the ball well as well. Marte threw the ball well. So it was a good day for the Phillies bullpen.
And it was a good day for Ben Davis and Tom McCarthy as well. Ben knows. Exactly right. All right, my friend. We'll check you tomorrow. Ben Davis joining us from Pittsburgh as the Phillies break out of their 3-game losing streak.